welcome to the Cottage. I am Babs of Cottage Rogue, and welcome to my floss tube channel that's predominantly about cross stitch. And I am so excited today because this is my end of year 2025 WIP Parade. So I'm super excited about that. So everyone sit down, grab a project. We are in for the long haul because I have quite a number of WIPs. I'm not exactly certain how many, so maybe you should count on along. You should count along. Because I will be counting this in editing because I'm not sure. And if you've seen my 2026 plans, I have started kind of a bullet journal. So I want to input all of my WIPs inside that bullet journal. And I do want to start compiling a list of the patterns that I own. So that way I can see everything all out physically. I want to see if that works better for me than in addition to digitally. Because I don't always update the digital things, and my digital space isn't exactly super organized. I do better physically, so. But anywho, so I am going to do my best to separate this out into, well, a couple categories. I don't remember how many, but for sure one of, modern projects, basically projects I've been working on since like 2003 since 2023. Which I believe was the year I got back into this, 22 or 23. And then I'm going to separate out to projects that I have adopted, that someone else has started before me. And I have their partial progress and everything. And then I also want to do what I lovingly call my vintage WIPs. They're not necessarily vintage patterns. In fact, none of them are vintage patterns. But what they are is they are WIPs before I rediscovered my cross-stitching hobby. So I believe I was saying about 2005 and earlier. It's possible I have some from 2010. I do not have anything between like the 2010, 2012 range to 2023. So I had a huge gap, and I just need to pull everything out, record what I have, figure out what I'm doing with them, like if I'm going to destash or if I'm going to keep everything because I love them too much. And then, of course, plan my, parts of my 2026 year based off the WIPs that I have, because I would love to finish them, or some of them. And I don't necessarily say WIP down per se, but at least get some newer, more modern patterns that I really want to stitch. And I don't have anything older holding me back at that point, unless I'm actively working on it, of course. So there are the parameters. I'm going to get started right now, and we're going to start with one by Colorfully Sarah. So this would be the newer group, the 2023 and later group. So Colorfully Sarah and her fall library, which I absolutely love this. I am doing a makeshift stitch along with my friend Brina. And we are currently on week 3. We're doing a motif a week, and the week ends on Sunday. So I have until Sunday to finish this book out, which I'm super excited. I think it's super cute. This is on 18 count Devil's Claw by Bestitch Me, and I am stitching 2 over 1. I'm stitching 2 over 1 full cross using the called for DMC. And of course I have the pumpkin needle minder because, it's fall library. Of course, right? The next one that I have is called Verdant Reverie by Sprouting Lupine. How gorgeous is this? Oh my gosh, I love it. I have the 3 moons. This is my moon stitch along, or my moon SAL. Or basically what we do is I'm part of the Bad Stitch Patreon, and once a month that we try and get together for the full moon, and we will sit down and we will cross stitch on any pattern with moons. So that's what I'm doing with here. I love this pattern. I unfortunately missed a few full moons in 2025 since we started due to vacations, illness, whatever. So I'm looking forward to get back on this, and we're super lucky because January we have the first full moon is on Saturday, which is January 3rd, and it's a super moon as well. So it's a super wolf moon, and I love it. So we'll be working on this, and I absolutely love the ginkgo leaves. Oh, it's so good. This is on, I believe, 18 count Acorns, also by Bestitch Me. It's got the very fall autumnal vibe in the color of the fabric, and it certainly makes these colors absolutely pop, and I love that. So I'll be putting this away until we meet up this Saturday. Oh yes, and Jessica Doize. We have her Eye of the Beholder pattern right here. This is as far as I have gotten. This is also my very first project on linen, which I'm loving this color. So this is a 32 count linen called Meadows, also by Bestitch Me. I have a lot of fabrics by Bestitch Me, so you're going to hear that name a lot. And this is the needle minder that basically came with the pattern. I mean, it didn't come with it. I purchased it with it. It's obviously for the pattern. We got this beautiful, like flowery beholder, and I love it. I'm very much into gaming, and that includes role-playing games, D&D, also board games, video games. I mean, I do have the other channel that I play a lot of Minecraft on called The Rogue Alchemist. But yeah, so I think this is absolutely gorgeous. I love the colors on there. You can really see this lighter green pop more in real life. And it's a cloudy day out right now, so you can't really see it too well in here. But I got a lot of this eye motif done, which is great. There's going to be one more green swirl in here of a darker color. Also, these flosses are from Stash. They are silks that I happen to have as that I had either purchased or gotten as part of a thank you. Also from Bestitch Me. Bestitch Me silks are so luxurious. I love them. And then you put some thread conditioner or floss gauze on them, and they stitch like a dream. Oh, it's amazing. But yes, Eye of the Beholder by Jessica Doize. Love all of her patterns. I love this one. This is the first one of hers that I started. It's so good. It's so good. And then I have a stitch along that I did start in 2023. It's called the Fungi SAL. It's by LivingOnTheRainbow. There's a couple parts to this one. It's going to be a book. So this is the front and back cover and spine. This is fully done. It's called Fungi. And then I included a different words here. So I put the Rogue's Fungarian, because Cottage Rogue. And then we have edible and non-edible options, which was part of it. And look at this frog right here. Oh my gosh, this little frog with the mushrooms, adorbs, absolutely adorable. So I really love this. I also got to experience more of the gold krennic here, which I have since learned how to do appropriately. And I haven't tried thread conditioner with it or floss gauze, but I am really excited to do so. I also have the first page of the book finished, which is Stinkhorn, edible but yuck. So I did stitch this on Aida because this was before I started my foray into linen. I think linen probably would have worked better, but this is fine. And I love the colors. I thought this coconut by Bestitch Me looked really, really good, almost like paper. And the mushrooms do really stick out. And look at the flies. I love the little flies. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. And then what I did to help me with this is I just did a font that works on Aida. So the font isn't the same. I did this 2/1 full cross using the called for DMC on these and or Krennic, because this one does have Krennic in it. And there's actually another stitch along out that's a companion book to this that LivingOnTheRainbow did. Absolutely love it. I do own that as well. Did I start it? No. But I have it. So when this book is finished, I will work on the other book. And I'm super excited about that because it's plants and poisonous plants. And so that's super fun. Now this one, and I can actually show you the pattern. This is lit by Artsy Housewife. I love Artsy Housewife patterns. You will see a lot of them for sure. Like even if I don't have a lot of whips presently, I do have a lot of Artsy Housewife patterns. So yeah, that is a total thing. This is on 18 count pistachio by Atomic Ranch. And this is as far as I've gotten so far. We have quite a few antlers. And I'm using the Pirate and Robin floss conversion with the exception of the cardinal, which I used a PR number from Silks for You. And I don't remember what that PR number is. So I will have to get that to you later. If you want to know, just ask me in the comments below. I will be happy to tell you. The red is absolutely brilliant. And so I love that. So of course the cardinal is red. It is gorgeous. I love it. And I also love how the variegation, you can really see it in the antlers. It looks so good. It makes it look more organic, and I appreciate that about variegated floss. And I know I've acquired a lot of variegated floss recently, so, you know, I love that. Next one that I have is Winter Bonfire Night, artwork by Lars Steward, charted by Heaven and Earth Design. I have over 1,000 stitches in it. It doesn't look like much. But you know, it's a start. It's a start. And we've even come down a little ways here in this beautiful, there's actually two very, very, very dark blue colors in this. So this is the upper left-hand corner. And I have this on, I think it's, is it 25 count? It might be 28 gridded fabric, even weave. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember. Oh wait, hold on. It says. It's 25. It's 25 count, easy count, grid white, gray, Lugana fabric. There we go. Lugana. I love this pattern. Winter Bonfire Night is absolutely gorgeous. And right now it is being considered for, as part of the finale for my fantasy floss, for my bracket. I'm figuring out what piece will be my 2026 focus piece, which if you haven't voted for, make sure you do so before Monday. Because Monday I am tallying the votes in the morning, U.S. Central Time, Central Standard Time, and we will see if it's going to be this pattern or the Herbalist Helper pattern by Ivy Dollamore, recently retired by Unconventional X-Stitch. So, Winter Bonfire Night, absolutely gorgeous, and I love it. Oh, now this one, I have not actually worked on this in 2025. I intended to, and then I get these fantastical ideas of stitching like Christmas gifts 4 weeks before, you know, Christmas, yeah, so among other things. So we have Nora Corbett's Miss Forest Mushroom, excuse me. So yeah, we have Miss Forest Mushroom. I think she's fantastic. I absolutely love her. So I got her in 2024 and I worked on her in 2024. I just happened to have a 14 count Ada in stash. So that's what I used. This is called a Huntress. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. I haven't pulled her out yet this year or last year in 2025, but look at her. I started at her feet. I love that I managed to get her feet so round. Look, half stitches for the win on Ada. I do have the beads for her. And she has some delightful block stitching, but it's not like it's not bad. You know, if you end up with like 10,000 stitches in a block stitch for a background, that could get a little bit draining, but she is relaxing. So whenever I get like a super complicated confetti or something like that, I could pull her out and do some stitches on her and be like, yeah. But I love her so, so very, very much. And I will be pulling her out again this year. I want to finish her this year. There, I put it out in the universe. That is my goal. It's going to happen, right? Right? Oh, and let's see. What do I have in here? Oh, yes. I have my Year in the Woods first series, number 1. We have the Fox. Absolutely gorgeous pattern. Now, last year I had a goal of doing one of these patterns a month. Did not happen. That did not happen. Absolutely not. But I did start and work on it multiple times in the year because I work on multiple projects. And I love this fox. So I am using a DMC, so there's no specialty flosses. The original pattern does call for some specialty flosses. I still think this fox looks very smart and dapper and gorgeous. I love like the little details inside the fur. It like almost like quilted. It's so pretty. Such a pretty fox. So absolutely gorgeous. I love this. I also, in this bag, I barely started. I barely started the Swans, which was February's, which is also absolutely gorgeous. Using the called for DMC on that as well. And when I say barely started, I mean, I am barely started. So these are their faces. It looks so funny right now. But I love it. It's so good. All right, so I'm going to clean off my couch here and bring the next grouping in. We're still going to stick with the 2023 and to present day, but I have so many more whips. I'll be right back. This is one I didn't finish last year, and I wish I would have, but that's okay because I get to enjoy it for this year now, is the 2025 Stitch4Pride by D's 20 Stitches. Look at this. How pretty, right? Right? I literally just took this out of the hoop. I have 6 months on there, and I'm working on the 7th, which is this one down here is the 7th. And I love this. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. We have the gold in there. We have the pink and blue. And this, well, I was about to say this year's theme, but the theme for 2025 was non-binary and trans representation in history. So each of these represents a historical figure. And I am really excited to do the rest of them and to finish this piece. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. This is on 20 Count Spooky by Bestitch Me. And I love it. I even happen to have this lovely needle minder right here. That was a part of the 2024 Advent calendar. So the next piece I have here is Descants. It is charted by Heaven and Earth Design. This was part of the 2025 Hate Stitch Along. I did not get even close to finishing it. I still love this piece though. There's just a load of very, very light colors. You can vaguely see the fairy here. Here's the face, an arm, and there'd be another arm there, and then her body will come down here, and she's looking over to the side. Over there. But it's absolutely beautiful. Like there's going to be a flower right here. It's basically a fairy in a field of flowers, and I absolutely love her. So I can't wait to get back to her and start working on her a bit. It'll be so much fun. She is super light on light fabric. Like there's not a single technically white piece of floss, but they're all like super light, with the possible exception of some reds. And then there is some blacks in there too. But yeah, when I basically started with this pink here, I was in heaven. Just something different other than light colors. But I love this. This is on 25 count gridded Ada, or even weave, my bad. Probably Lugana, actually. And I look forward to bringing her out again this year. Ooh, now the next one, oh yes. The next one is Chonky Forest Cat by the Artsy Housewife. And this is all I have. I have the mushroom part of it. It's so cute. This is on Cornucopia by Bestitch Me. It looks like it's 16 count, because I think that's all I could find. Yeah, 16 count. And this was part of the Cranky Kitty birthday SAL, which was in March and will probably still be going on in March. There is a big, huge, chunky forest cat on the pattern. So, you know, she loves cats, and we go with cats for her. So it's absolutely fantastic. The next one I have is a dragon. We have Bleeding Hearts Brew by Amanda Elliott with Haunted Frames. And so it's a dragon in a teacup. And I'm doing this on 20 count Hydrangea by Fiber on a Whim. And it's so hard to see because we have this light pink on this light purple. But I love this. This is the right way because the head's going to be down here. So we have the spines on the back of the neck. And then we'll have like a fin come out here. And then the tail comes back here. I only have maybe 200 stitches in this. And this is part of this Valentine's Day event that I had done last year. Haven't worked on her since, but I do love her. She's very, pinks and mint greens and that sort of thing. So I do look forward to bringing her out again this year sometime. Another one that I'm absolutely going to be bringing out for sure. This is my heart sampler. It's by Bad Vibes Only. And what I've done with this is I played with the colors a bit. I am doing a variety of blues, which are Silks by Bestitch Me. And on this bright pink pink fabric, which I actually have it, I believe I have it written down here. No, I do not. Oh, well, I have this beautiful fabric by, I forget the name of it, but it's by Black Dahlia Fabrics, Black Dahlia Designs. I will do my research and I'll put it in my comments below or in my description below. But this is due to a car accident that happened literally the night before my birthday and all of that. I didn't get very much on this one done, but I am pleased with what I did get done. I have been kind of playing around with maybe starting this on a different fabric because it's Ada and I'm really getting into the linens. But I just looked at this again and I'm like, no, she's beautiful just the way she is. I love the colors. And yeah, I'm going to keep her like this. Who do we have next here? Yay! So we have You Got It by the Artsy Housewife. This is actually one that I had finished before and gifted to one of my international friends that I had met up with in Chicago in September, which is absolutely fantastic. I was Sleepy Owl. But I want to make one for me too. And so this is what I have so far. You can definitely see the owl shape. Right here, this is just color completed, one color as well. It is on, I believe, 18 count Boneyard by Bestitch Me. I love this blue and bone color. It's so pretty. It's a lovely neutral that has a little bit of color in, so to speak. So yes. And the one I gifted was on Garden Party, which was also an 18 count Ada at the time. But I made a slight modification to the pattern. So when I get this, You Got This done, it'll include there's like a floral, almost like a border, but not a total border. You'll see. You'll see. Ooh, okay, yes. So this one, we have Neuron City by Barbara Anna Designs. It's on a 14 count Nighttime Rainbow by Bestitch Me. And I love this one. Absolutely love it because it's two-tone. Now, don't get me wrong, Neuron City doesn't look like much as of yet, but oh my goodness, look at the dye job on this piece of fabric. It looks like a horizon. Here, I'm going to back up a little bit. Yeah, looks like the pink is the sky is what I was going for because Neuron City is essentially, well, it's a neuron but it almost looks like a tree or a flower to me. So I love this. And I will be working on this again because this is one that I pull this out as a reminder to be less stressed. And I love the fact that I have that it's neuron. I love the science aspect of it. It is so good. But yeah, here is just the stitch part. Can get you a little bit closer now. And it's just a great anchor point to where I'll be able to just go whoof, with all of the other stitches and the city. And it's going to be so pretty. So I'm very, very, very excited about this. I'm excited about all of these. I just realized I've been saying I've been excited about all of them. But I am though. I love the patterns. This is why I can't destash because I love them all. Okay, so this one is Guardian of the Woods Leshy by the Witchy Stitcher. So this is also an 18 count Garden Party. And let me get the right way. Okay, yeah. Here is the right way up. You can see the lovely face and some of the ribs. There's actually two colors in this. I don't know if you can tell, but one is black and one is a super, super, super dark green, like a dark mossy green. It looks so good though. Oh yeah, the green is like in the beard. I don't know if you can tell. Oh, maybe a little bit on camera. But this one is just fun. I love the mythos aspect to this. So yes, this will be one that will be coming out when I do my WIP Go and Mythos gets called. Probably either this one or Ragnarok. Or both. Who knows? But I really love that piece. And there are a couple other ones that the Witchy Stitcher has done that I want to do, like Kikimoro and the Baba Yaga, which I think would be amazing. All right, so this one here, we have Hyperbole by the Artsy Housewife. I do have a lot of Artsy Housewife patterns. This was her birthday pattern from 2025, and that's exactly 100 stitches. I have not stitched on this at all last year. I need to. It is this beautiful sampler. It's one that the Artsy Housewife herself has, chose colors that she normally wouldn't pick, just to step outside of her own box and her comfort zone. And she recently finished, and it looks so good. I know she shared it on Patreon. I believe she shared it on Instagram. So you should check that out. But yeah, this is my start to Hyperbole. And I will absolutely have to put some more stitches on this year, for sure. Ah, yes. Okay. So there was like a tail end project that was brought up to me. I don't remember when. But I thought that I would like to try it. So I grabbed some tail ends of my project. So these are when I was working on gifts. Gifts is presents for family members. So a lot of these were from those, if not all of them. And I have quite a few here. This is called Tiny Sampler by La Di Da. And I have a decent amount done. I don't think this is going to be big enough for all of this floss. So I've actually quit adding floss onto this because I just wanted to see, try it out, see how it goes, do a little sampler. This one I'm actually doing in hand because it is so small, and it's fun. I like it. I think it's super cute. This was also just a literal piece of scrap fabric because I wanted to try it. And when I'm done with this one, it's going to go into my collection of very small things that are not framed and that may not be able to be framed because of how tiny the border is. But that's fine. I have a plan for that, but I will save that for a different floss tube video. When I get a few more. But you can see I've definitely started this. I have a whole bunch of different colors here. I mean, it's pretty obvious. None of this is variegated. So anytime you see a color change, that is a different floss. So I love that. I think it's super cool, and it's a neat concept to try. And I actually do have a much, much larger project that I can do a tail end project on that will probably last me for the rest of my life. It's huge, absolutely huge. I mean, I could be wrong, who knows? But it's massive, and it might be something fun that I'd like to try. But we'll see. Now we have Infinite Christmas, also another Barbara Anna Designs. This one's a free pattern. It's on 18 count vintage by Bestitch Me. And I don't know how much of this you are going to see because the floss, there's a lot of ghosting. We'll just say that. There is definitely ghosting right there. You can see the yellow. And then the white I chose, I actually switched it out because it's supposed to be ecru, but ecru literally was blended into the background so much more than this. So we have this slightly bluer fabric, or not fabric, bluer floss, which do I know what it is? 3756. I replaced the ecru with 3756, and we got this cooler tone. And this is actually right side up because we have the little bow here. Well, let me just put that closer. You can see the sparkle. I love the sparkle. So I do have a bit more of this opalescent as well. And then there's going to be like a little town in here. And then these white spots here. It'll look a lot better once I get more of the trees filled in. So there's 4 trees, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see this one has lights on it. So it'll look better when I get more stitches in it. And I really wanted to work on the holiday ones that you see here. I really, really, really wanted to work on them in December. But again, me with my crazy ideas that I have to make, Christmas gifts only 4 weeks before Christmas, and I have to make 3 of them. So I'll do better this year. I'll do so much better this year, and I will make my Christmas gifts before December. And I think that'll work out really well. So the next one I have is 20-sided Dice Fairy. It's artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, charted by Unconventional X Stitch. It's on a 20 count hydrangea by Fiber on a Whim. And it's a little baby start. Oh, yeah. And of course it's on the crease. I started at the bottom, at the shadow of the dice. So that is going to be a dice shadow right there of a D20 shadow, a massive D20. And because this is like half, it's going to be huge. She is going to be monstrous. I love, love, love this fabric. And I've decided on this particular pattern that I'm going to take out the background so that way we can see this beautiful modeling all along the edges next to her. And I think it'll also help bring out the purple that's in like the dragon and her jewelry, and also just make the pink that much more vibrant. So I am super excited about that. And this will probably end up going in our game room once we get that all situated, which we probably will by the time I'm going to finish this. You can see here, I have only some of the flosses. They're all pretty dark except for the blue, which is the blue's part of the dice. Yeah, this isn't all of it. I haven't purchased all of it, but I will get there a little bit at a time. So D20 Dice Fairy. Again, I'd love to put more stitches in her this year. I have a couple in this bag. First of all, we have Scary Sampler by, I believe, Heartstring Samplery. This is as far as I've gotten. The little bit that I put in this year is some of the backfill that I had put in, which I kind of like, because who wants to do a whole bunch of, like, a huge amount of fill in all at once? So this is something I was able to do, like, over the lunch hour or during some of my meetings. Don't tell anyone that. So this was really nice. I enjoyed this quite a bit. And then I do have all the flowers I need to, I believe we're going to start going this way now. This is a 20 count Devil's Claw, which I love. It's such a fun fabric. And this is actually the same fabric that I have with Fall Library too, Devil's Claw. And then also I have Within a Dream by the Artsy Housewife. And oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I'm using Roxy Floss Co. Floss. Absolutely gorgeous. I am in love with this. I absolutely have to pull this out more often this year. This is on 18 count Pistachio by Atomic Ranch. And it's gorgeous. I mean, how can you not? It's so beautiful. And I love the border on this. I did go a little bit nuts with the black to try and get all the way down here. I do want to finish out the bird down here. It just gives me some really nice anchor points. As long as I make sure to anchor it correctly, because I remember I had to, like, I accidentally put a dream like down here more and then started on the bird, and I had to frog like, I don't know, 400 stitches or something, which was very painful, but it looks so much better now and I love it. So I'm excited to work on this one again. It's so beautiful. We're coming up to our last few of the 2023 to present day. And this is my Ragnarok Log Dog Sampler. I have this is on 20 count Avocado, Ada by Bestitch Me. You can see the H there for hope right there. And then these little tick marks are kind of like my, what's the word? Like my anchor points. There we go. My anchor points. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but this color, it's variegated. This is Bog, if I'm not mistaken, by Pirate and Robin. It is the very, very dark, kind of greeny blue color that everyone was doing in 2024. But I love it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Kind of like trying to mimic the night sky without it being black. The border, the outside border here is black. And then this is the first page. What I would really love to do with this is to get a couple of pages done this year. I'd like to get a couple pages done each quarter. I don't know. I was hoping to get this finished in 4 years when I started last January. But you can see how much progress I've gotten on this so far. So, you know. Yeah, I just need to work on it. And I will, because I'm really excited about this. Okay, I love this. This is my very first Gecko Rouge kit. It's by Kate Brazier, Pumpkin Spice Cottage. Look at how beautiful this is. I love it so much. So I started up here by the moon. And I am literally just this far. It's not a lot. I know it's not. Is it this? Is that it? Hold on. Hold on. No, it's like this because I put the needle minder that way. Oh, I gotta be careful with that. So yeah, I started across the top with the dark colors. We're getting some lighter colors in here. I think the moon's gonna be like right about here. I love the needle minder that came with it, but it's absolutely beautiful. It is on 25 count gridded even weave. I don't know if it's Lugana or not. And I love this. So there's a couple other floss tubers who are doing this. This is a Waiting for Fall SAL. That's not quite the hashtag, but this would be Alchemist Stitcher and Cowder Kirsch Podcast are both doing this. They are way further than me. They're both at 10%. I'm not even at 1%. So I really want to work on this when I, get my full coverage WIP goes and when I need to, just add more stitches, whatever game or whatever, if it's work on a fall piece or work on a piece with, well, maybe not with the moon because I have another one for that, but I could do this one. I need to devote some time for this. So yeah, I am really excited about it and I want to do more. I was just starting in on some of the lavender in here and it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. It's so cool. I have one more for this time period, and that is Halloween at Hot Ground Hollow, which I did work on this quite a bit. I have this on 20 count Cypress by Fiber on a Win. And here we go, Halloween Hot Ground Hollow. So this is actually the 9th panel, I believe. Yes, so this will be at the bottom left-hand corner. And we have the 3 coffins, and we have Dracula will be at the bottom. I gave him pinstripe pants because Dracula needs really snazzy pinstripe pants. I want to change the flosses around just a little bit on this one, just because it used black for not only the cape, but also his hair and then also his pants. So I wanted some features to stand out a bit more, which is why I chose the pinstripe pants. I know I'm going to do with the rest of it. I'm going to plan to change some colors on this coffin because Frankenstein will be in that one. And then the mummy one, I think I'm going to keep the same because the wraps are wraps. So I may check my variegated flosses to see if I can switch one out if I have a white one I really like. But I love it. I think it's beautiful. I really want to get this square done. And then I can move on to other squares that have more color. This one seems to be just a little bit more one note, which is fine. It's totally fine. I still love it. I also redid the border. This is a DMC variegated floss that has like everything from purple to like a darker green and maybe a darker blue, a tan, and all of that. So I thought it fit in just fine with the colors for Halloween at Hot Ground Hollow. Absolutely gorgeous. And this pattern, or this project, this WIP, I should say, rounds out and finishes up the 2023 to present day WIP. So I'm going to go ahead and clean off my couch here with these. I will be back and we will start on, I would say, my kits and things before 2010, before I had my big break. I have resituated and switched out my projects. And the first one I'm going to show you is Fire and Ice, artwork by Charlene Lindskog Osario. And it's custom crafts book. Look at how beautiful this is. Okay, and this is where I am at. Ah, look, I love this. I absolutely adore it. And plus, I think the barn needle minder is just too perfect because horse. Absolutely. So this particular project was given to me by my husband back when we were still dating. Look, look, look. So beautiful, right? Right? You can see like clearly, I believe the nose is done. And a lot of this in here is complete, as well as this and this up here. Obviously we have one eye here. The other eye is like right about here that you don't really see. I have a lot more red and oranges on this one. Not so much blues, but that's fine. So the blues are like in the shadow. Fire and ice. I love this. And this needs to get done. This has to get done. I would love to finish it this year. It's January, so it's a possibility. It is larger, but I think I can do it, maybe. Wish me luck. Wish me luck on this one. And then in the same bag, I have a Teresa Wentzler. This one is called Tapestry Cat. This is what it will look like. I love this. I had a cat growing up that looked just like this guy. So beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm not very far. So this was my first foray into Lugana, because I had never stitched on anything other than Ada until this specific pattern. And I only have a little bit of the border here. I started at the bottom right. And oh my goodness. So it's kind of hilarious. But yeah. Anyways, this is a very old kit. I know because some of the rubber bands left a few like yellow marks on it, because for some reason they rubber banded some of the floss. I don't think they do that anymore. So, but that's definitely a thing. I am looking forward to working more on this one for sure as well. But I think I might focus more on my horse just because I'm a lot further along on my fire and ice here. That horse is just stunning. I am in love with it for sure. My husband did a good job. Okay, so next we have, what do we have here? This is a smaller one. It's by Cherished Charms, and it's called God Keeps His Promises. So it's like a Noah's Ark thing, and it was on clearance for $3.75, whatever year that I bought it. I think I'm almost done. I am almost done. I just need to, and this is back in the day where we stuck needles in the actual fabric itself. I try not to do that anymore, just because it's like, you never know. Like, what if the needles end up rusting if it's not the kind that doesn't rust? But anyways, this is in there. I'm not going to change it now. And but I've got a lot of it done, so I just need to basically put on the border and then fully finish it. And then I can put this one off my list. See, I've got the raffia on the back. And I'm not quite sure how to freight, and I just hope that it gives me instructions. And then I also have that blue fabric that it has. So it's a full, complete kit. And then I'll be able to make a bow and everything. So that's going to be adorable. And I'm going to be really happy to go ahead and get that done. And then maybe I can put it on my tree next year. Who knows? Or give it to someone who will really appreciate it. For sure. But it's old. And I love it. And speaking of old, I have another old kit. This is one that I started off in 2024 with Stitch to Summer Olympics. And oh my gosh, it's stuck. There we go. This is Take Time. It's a Dimensions Learn a Craft kit. This is so old. It's so old. But that's part of the fun, honestly. It's part of the fun. So I am, oh yeah, and this is when I first put the hoops on in a slightly different way. And you can see the starfish on there. Here, let me put some of this stuff down. Look at that. You can see the starfish outline and the other shell. And we have the water in there now. And a lot of like this shell right here, it's done. It just needs the back stitch in it. Because you can see it's only the back stitch that gives it all the detail. So fun stuff, honestly. Remember back then there was just a lot of backstitch on everything, which is totally fine. I would prefer not to do that much backstitch anymore. But you know, when it makes the piece that much better and it gives it a little extra something, you know, you just have to. You just have to. All right, so I have this plaid Busilla counted cross stitch kit called Cherish. Cherish this moment. I love this. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Did I work on this last year? No, but it's still a WIP. And the WIP, work in progress. Oh, and by the way, I have these in like their original Ziplocs. So that's what I'm fussing with right now. There we go. There we go. I just don't want to lose them. And I actually have quite a bit of this done too. I need to do the fill-in for this cake. Like I've started it right there, like you can tell. But I need to fill in the rest of it. And then it's just the words, I believe. Yeah, it's just the words. Oh, and a border if I want to do a border, which I might want to do a border. We'll see. I actually have a few of these wedding kits. And then I don't know, like I could end up making this for someone else and maybe just like putting their name underneath and just not finishing them until someone else I know gets married. You know, like fully finishing them and then I can put their name and dates. Or I can make it for myself as part of a wedding anniversary to me and my husband. So, I mean, we'll just have to see about that. There's so many opportunities, but I think I have 4 of them, just 4 different ones. Not all of them are WIPs right now, but yeah. So you know that's the thing. The next one. So this one I actually got I wanted to make it for a friend. And I haven't made it for her yet, and I really need to, especially since she teaches 2nd grade now. She might be able to just put it in her classroom. It's called Surprise! It is a Sesame Street pattern kit, Elmo. We love Elmo. And apparently I love bright reds and oranges. But no, this is my friend's absolute favorite Sesame Street character when we were in junior high. It was all Elmo this, Elmo that, and that was the year the Tickle Me Elmo came out. And so that was just a huge, huge thing. But I have gotten this far. So we got the hand here, and then this is going to be where the mouth is. So I actually got a decent amount of work done. I just put it away and then forgot about it. Which is generally what happens with me and some of these kits. Especially when I was younger. So this is why I'm really glad that I do pull them out and do WIP parades twice a year. I like doing a mid-year WIP parade too, just so I can see what I have and then I can share with you what I have as well. And then of course I'm hoping that y'all put down in the comments below some of the patterns that you really, really like, and then I'll focus more on those during this year. And then if I get them done, great. I can pull something else back out. I mean, it would be fantastic, right? This one is Yarn Attack. It is a Catitudes kit. I think it's adorable. Absolutely cute. I'm not very far on this. I have the yarn ball and the very pale tummy. I don't know which way this goes. Which way you go? Like this. There we go. I think this is correct. I would find out when I started working on it again. But yeah, you know, it's yarn, it's a cat tummy, we good. So I was all about cats because we had a cat when I was younger and grown up, and I love them, and I wish I could have a cat now, but my poor hubs is allergic. He loves cats too. So it is what it is at this point, but I have so many cats. And then also I have, because I think that was actually all my cats that I had that were WIPs for now. But now I have Disney's The Little Mermaid. I think this was one of my first kits. Like the first pattern that I ever made was a bookmark out of a book, and my grandmother kind of helped me pick out which one and then, you know, start with the flosses and stuff like that. which is cool. I think this one was the first one I bought. I was pretty young. I was very young. So one crucial thing about this particular pattern. Now, there are other Little Mermaid patterns out there that are more recent, and you'll notice a big difference between this one and those is that the more modern ones will actually show her seashells, and this one does not. So this means when you're stitching it, if you don't have the back stitch in yet, it looks very questionable. Now, do I have the back stitch in? Of course not. No, I have not. I haven't done the background around it yet. So it's just a big flesh blob. I'm pretty far with it, actually. I swear to you, she is not in the nude. It's just her arms. But yeah, it looks like I even have some floss. I was probably going to, yeah, I've started at the very bottom of the starfish here to work on the water. So we're just going to put her away, and I won't bring her out again until she's got her arm stitched in, because that back stitch makes all the difference. That is one, I guarantee you, that I cannot skip. I just find the whole thing quite comical, actually. And that's probably why, like, I don't know for sure, but it's probably why they have changed this pattern to make sure that the arms are not in front of her chest. Because of how questionable that it looks. And I would be fairly certain that they received phone calls or letters probably at that time, because email wasn't a thing. So yeah, that's the thing. Oh, and then I have one here. It's called, this is an adopted. We will look at that in a moment. However, I have a different one. And this is a Creative Accents kit. It's called Butterfly Expressions. This is what it'll look like. Now, the fabric it came with was printed with these characters. I have no idea what they mean, so hopefully that they're okay. Or there's something fun or silly. If you know, let me know, because I'm curious. But this is as far as I've gotten of this beautiful butterfly. I love it. I haven't picked this up again this year. I did last year, but not this year. Or I'm sorry, last year. I did in 2024. But I would like to get this done. This was one of the first ones that I bought in, I would say when I was in junior high or so. Because that was a huge thing. Like all of these oh, there's another needle. I found one. Temporary tattoos were a thing. just of not only of images, but also of different Oriental characters. And probably kanji is the correct word, I'm assuming. I don't know. That is not my area of expertise. So I'm trying not to be insensitive about anything. So if I am, forgive me, please. But yeah, so I actually really enjoy that butterfly a lot. So I do want to finish it and probably turn it into a pillow and then enjoy it. That's what I'm thinking. I also have this Paula Vaughn, which is absolutely beautiful. I love this. Through a Mother's Eyes. This was only $4.50 back in the day, which is just crazy to me. It's a Leisure Arts. And would I love to, I don't know, this might be one I destash. I do love it though. There's a lot of blended threads in it. It is full color, I believe. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, it's full color. So it's a really, really, really nice pattern. And I know for a fact this is one I worked on in college. Now, I worked on this before I realized what stitch count was. So I think this is on a 14 count Ada, and it's not big enough. But I do have part of the bride right here. And I was thinking what I could do is I could just do the bride, the bride's mother, and maybe the mirror. I think there's enough space for it because she was a lot of work. Look at that veil. You know how I got that veil look? Is that I ended up blending white with whatever color of other floss it was. So for her hair, it was one strand of that, whatever blonde color it was, with one strand of white. And so it was a lot of work. It was so much work, and I would have kept up with it, but school got difficult. So I had to study more and I had less time. So I do like this one a lot. It is not a priority of mine, though, because I'm already married. I was thinking I would make it because, you know, I would just make it for me, for us to put on our walls. And I don't know. It's not a priority right now. I'm not willing to let it go yet. So we'll see. And that is all of my projects that were earlier than probably about 2010. And I think I'm being generous with 2010. It's probably closer to 2005 and earlier. So, and some of those are from the 1900s. Now, I do have this project bag here. So I want to go through it. I have 4 embroidery projects in here because I do like to embroider. I'm still a noob at it. But I have a couple of samplers. And like, so this one is sampler number 1. I'm not done yet. But what I like about it is that it shows you how to do the stitches, and like the running stitch here, you do it like number 1 is just 1 strand of floss. Number 2 is 2 strands. Number 6 is 6 strands, which is kind of crazy. I love seeing the French knots here. By the way, I know French knots are the bane of most stitchers' existences, but I really love French knots. I'm halfway decent at them. I mean, I thought so anyways. Just look at those knots. I think they're pretty. Anyway, I did learn a lot though. I didn't know what the fishbone stitch was. I didn't know how to chain stitch. I didn't know how to do a long and short, which actually I think I did okay at. You know, the whip back, I could figure out, but did I know it? No. The stem stitch, I didn't know that before. Satin stitch, no, that was hard. Satin stitch is so hard. I mean, you got to keep everything straight. That is so difficult. And then the rose was new, and we have, of course, the back stitch, which we're all familiar with. So it's kind of fun to realize that when we cross stitch, and if we add any, I think French knots and back stitch are 2 of the most common, like in kits and that sort of thing, especially when you're learning early on. They're some of the most common ones, and it's like a way to break through not only into cross stitch, but also embroidery. And I thought that that was really cool and just kind of fun. So we have 2 more samplers as well. So let me see. This one's not in a hoop. Yep. So again, we have slightly more difficult ones. And I will eventually end up doing the picture in the middle. Eventually, I want to finish all the other ones. So we have, of course, the fly stitch. What are these? The fern, lazy daisy, which is super fun. I love the lazy daisy. The buttonhole wheel, which is different. I don't even remember how to do that. I'm going to have to refresh. The straight stitch, and just all the different things you can do with a straight stitch. I love that. What is this? The pistil. Yeah, so it looks like the inside of a flower. The seed stitch, which are just little dashes. And then, of course, we have the closed buttonhole and the double buttonhole. It's so cool. I also really enjoy how these look, because when I'm done, absolutely, I'm going to put these on my wall for reference. It's going to look so good. It's so good. And I have my last one, which is still in the hoop. And it's the one that I have hardly completed anything on. I've done the cable chain, the feather, and the bullion, which, by the way, bullion stitches are super difficult. But I haven't done any of the other ones, like the chevron, the open chain, any of this. So I was doing this with my friend Brina. I don't know if she took the initiative and then finished them, like all 3 of them on her own, which she might have, which is totally fine. Just because I know that I think I was really getting into floss tube and stuff. So I was a little distracted. But I think it's cool. And I think I did halfway decent on the bullion, even though it was a pain to do, at least for me to learn. So I am excited for that. I need to work on those again, which is why I did my whip go the way I did. I added 2 embroidery sections. And then I have this, okay, let me move this. Oh yeah, the brand of the embroidery I just showed you is ETSPIL, Etspil. I don't know. I'm sure you could find it somewhere pretty easily online. But the embroidery that my friend Cass, who's from Dances with Floss, found for me is called Church in the Wildwood. It's by Creative Cruel Stitchery. Here it is. This is an original kit, or not a kit. It's an original pattern from 1978. I think it used to be a kit because Cass actually found this at our Create Exchange. And the fabric, this, and then actually the sheet music were all in separate places. But it's really cool. Like the pattern is literally on the back of this. And then it explains like the different types of stitches and the colors, which I've already made mistakes, but mistakes are necessary. So Athena doesn't turn me into a spider. So, that's a thing. But I have the original 1978 fabric for Church of the Wildwood. And the reason why she picked this up for me, bless her, is that when she and I were out doing something, like probably going to one of her book events, was we went to the Little Brown Church. And the Little Brown Church is where my grandmother got married, my grandmother and grandfather. And here we have it, the original pattern. So I've not worked on this in over a year. You can see here on this side, we have some trees and bushes and one big dark satin stitch, which was so difficult because it was with one strand of floss. I am following the instructions. So it does look really super nice. And I am going to go, of course, stitch down the side here. So there's any roughness, that'll go away. But oh my goodness, that took me like a long time because I needed the coverage. I do have to be really careful with this fabric because it is so old. And I've noticed that if I pull too hard on it, it distorts really, really easily. So I want to finish this up. I want to get it framed and I want to put it on my wall behind glass. And that way I don't have to worry about it getting damaged. So I think it's really cool. I do love the light blue fabric as well. Look how big this is. It's huge. But yeah, you can absolutely see the different colors of green in there. And there will be a bunch of like French knots. Like right here in this bush will be all French knots. And of course we have some flowers down here that'll be different French knots. And a lot of places like right here will be satin stitch. I think all this is satin stitch. So I've got a lot to look forward to in my future. But I do want to get this done, worked on, completed, and all of that. And also, frankly, the tree section right here went a lot faster than I thought it would. And I love how this looks so that way it looks like the wind is blowing through it, kind of like there's movement to it, which I think is amazing. It's absolutely fantastic. So I will put this one gingerly away. And then I'm going to gather up the pieces that I have adopted, that other people have started, and then we will do our last segment. I have settled and I have my adopted whips here. The first one is a Golden Bee kit called Snow Crocus. They're absolutely gorgeous. And this is a kit that was given to me by my mother-in-law to hopefully finish one day. And there's actually quite a bit done with it. Look at that. This is going to be a big piece, by the way. Woo. So I don't know if I know how old this kit is. All I really have is this. And that's it. And I don't think I saw a date. No, there's a copyright, but it doesn't show the date. So if I find out, I will let you all know down the road when I work on this. But here's where it's at so far. We have these beautiful crocus flowers, and it's a very large fill-in areas. Now, I know with any adopted piece, I will have to be careful with where the legs are going. Meaning, I know that I tend to cross my crosses with a different top leg than quite a few people. And I know just by looking at this is the way people typically cross their legs. And I do it the other way. So I might have to stitch it sideways so that way I don't mess it up. So we'll see. We will see how it goes. But I'm really excited to work on this. I would like to work on this a little bit this year. And I think with snow crocuses, I could even get away with doing that like in the winter. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But that will be on one of my pieces that I have adopted. I haven't done a stitch in that at all. All that was the original owner. Now at Create Exchange, you do find some cross stitch kits that are partially finished. So we have Creative Accents, and this is a Graceful Evil. Wow, that is not what it is. It's Graceful Eagle. Oh my gosh, that was quite the wordplay, huh? So we have this beautiful eagle here, and quite a bit of this is done. This is why I picked it up, because I thought I could finish this in a decent amount of time. It wouldn't take too long. Look at that bird. Absolutely gorgeous. It just needs some fill in. And of course, a lot of the scenery. But it's beautiful. And I believe well, nope, that's the other thing. I do not have any floss for it. So I'm just going to have to do my best. But, you know, with trees and stuff like that, that's fine. With the fill-in, I can figure something out. I have a master set of DMC, so I think it'll be fine. And then I have plenty other specialty flosses as well. This will be a challenge, but I think I'm up for it. And it's absolutely gorgeous. So pretty. So I am looking forward to working on that one too. Not a super high priority at this time. But something fun. Oh, this one, however, is a higher priority for me because it is so close to getting finished. This will be so easy to do. This is the Garden Gang. Love it. And a member from the Bad Stitch server was destashing and ended up mailing it to me. So it's just fantastic. So we have these three amazing little guys. And I believe this is on a linen. It kind of looks, yeah, it looks like a linen for sure. And it appears that the only parts that are not done would be the beard and the hair, the eyebrows. The beards and the eyebrows. Everything else looks finished, which is so cool. It's gorgeous. I love this. And I think the beards and stuff, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be all French knots. So, you know how I said earlier that I really enjoy French knots? Well, you know, I will get to, because here's the photo, and the eyebrow hair, or maybe that is their head hair. I don't know. I think it's funny if it's the eyebrows, and their mustaches, and their beards. Well, they're not their beard, but their mustaches. It appears that it might be French knots. So I'm gonna have to look a little bit closer into that. But I'm kind of excited for it. I think it'll be absolutely fantastic. And they are so cute. Absolutely adorable. So do I want to finish this one this year? Yes. Yes, I do. And this particular pattern, it says it's only $5.50. And so I believe that it is not that, like, it's older. Yeah, there we go. I found it. 1997 by Holiday Sparrow Designs. Absolutely gorgeous. I love these guys. It's cute little farmers. Another one that I acquired from Create Exchange is one called Laundry Today or Naked Tomorrow. So I think this is super cute. It's definitely something that I need a lot of help with, a lot of motivation for, because I don't like doing laundry, but you know, I need to do it or I won't have any clothes. So this is where we are. We have a lot of the laundry basket done. Not all of it, but a lot of it. So in the grand scheme of things, I mean, that's pretty darn good. And then we'll just need the words and the backstitch. Oh, I didn't notice that. Yeah, there's some backstitch in there, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. So this shouldn't take me that long to fully finish at all, or at least to finish. And I believe I have some, yep, there are flosses in there too. You can kind of see them. We got the flosses. So that shouldn't be a problem. I'll be able to match everything up and get this done. I should really focus like a week on working on nearly finished adapted or whips. I think that would be a good idea. And then I can just, you know, get them done. And that would be a good thing to do. The next one I have, which was another one that Bad Stitch, a server goer, decided to distash, is a Lori Birmingham design called ABC. Look at that. It is very cute. It's very adorable. I love it, and I love the bell pull. Oh, it's adorable. And here we are. I believe this is the C. So just a little baby start. Nothing crazy. This one is not a super high priority at this time. I don't know anyone who's pregnant or have little ones at this moment in time. But would I like to stitch it? Yes, just because I've never stitched one before. And it's a different fabric. And I would love to play with making this like a banner, just like it shows in the photo here. And it's a cute banner. So I think that would be fun to do. And I haven't done one of those before, so that'll be awesome. Oh, and then we have here our Halloween Town by Ship's Manor. Also on Abracadabra, 14 count, also by Ship's Manor. I love this piece. That's really funny because this is not something I would ever pick up off the shelf and take home with me. And I don't know why that I'm like, yes, I'll go ahead and adopt that piece. Now, when I originally adopted it, it was like this little section, like this tree was done, this purple, this mausoleum, this ghost, and then this purple. And then we had like, not even the neon part. We had this black over to here. And I think that was it. Yeah, well, like all of this stuff down here too. It was like that little section. There was like maybe 1,500 stitches that were done already, or 2,000. And I've done everything else. And it's been really fun to see this evolve. Like, I love these little ghosties. I love this lighthouse. I love the ectoplasm river coming down. And also, it's a really fun stitch. It is so fun to stitch. I had no idea. So I might pick up more of these. Like, it's a little bit cartoony. I don't know how to say that. Not that I'm against that or anything. It's just younger than what I would usually pick up. You know, just because I don't have any children. But it is, I really enjoy it though. I don't know. It's hard for me to like describe how I'm feeling when like I would pass by this on the shelf. But seeing it in person on the fabric, be like, okay, yeah, this is cool. This is actually really cool and I really love it. So maybe there's just like a disconnect between seeing it in person and seeing it on like flat on the page, which I think happens to a lot of stitchers. And it happens to me a lot of the times where I'm like, oh, that pattern's nice. And then you see it in person like, I'm like, oh no, I have to have that. You know what I mean? It's like, that needs to be mine. But anyways, I am 1/3 completed on this. This was one of my primary patterns on the Great British Bake Off. And the person who won the 2025 Great British Bake Off, this was that piece. So I worked on this a lot. So, but it's a good thing because I really like it. So it's totally fine. Oh, and now we have like the last couple. We have the Christmas stockings, which will be returned. These ones will be because I'm doing them as a favor. I wouldn't even say as a commission. So adopted is as close as I can get. So we have the Stack of Critters stocking right here. This one I had started last year during the Christmas in July. And I started using the Q-snap for the first time, which is super nice for this because this fabric is super stiff. This ended up on a gridded fabric. I think it's a little bit larger than a 14 count. I think it's 10 count. Hold on. Yep, it's 10 count per each. And we have the start of this cute little penguin. Oh, I love the little rosy cheeks. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this one backstitch will be absolutely necessary to make sure that nothing gets ghosted into the fabric. But I do love this stack of critters. You can see my original hoop right here. And it's so tiny. I'm like, this isn't going to work. And then I remembered before Joann's went out of business that I had bought a Q-snap just to try it out. So, yep, I really like the Q-snap. And I will probably use it again for more kits like this because it's really, really nice. And, but yeah, the penguin you can see here is not quite near the top. There we go. Not quite near the top, but close enough. I think it's cute. So this one is going to be one of the 2 stockings that I'm going to focus on in 2026. I want to finish this year for sure. So that way, and preferably before Christmas. So that way I can give it back to my sister-in-law. So that way she can turn it into a stocking and then maybe they can have it for Christmas in 2026. So no promises on that yet, but I really do want to finish it before the end of the year. And the next stocking that we have is Santa's Arrival stocking. These are dimensions kits, by the way. So this is designed by Hal Frank. This was my favorite one of all the stockings right here. I love the deer. I love the animals, the town. It is so beautiful. This is going to be a lot of stitching right here. It's probably one of the more intensely stitched ones, but I think it's super, super cool. So I started on the deer right here. I got a decent ways as well. I think what I ended up doing, if I remember correctly, is I assigned 6 pieces and a number to each piece or pattern, and then I rolled a dice, a D6. And I did that every single day in July for Christmas in July for 2 weeks. So, or 12 days. Yeah, 12 days of Christmas in July. So that's really fun. So I really enjoy this. This is going to be not the priority this year. It'll be for next year will be the priority, unless I finish the other 2 first, of course. But I really, 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 really love this one. It is so good. And probably with Christmas in July, I'll just do a dice roll thing again or a spinning wheel or something and kind of go from there. This one is also a top priority. It's called Santa's Truck Stocking. It is designed by Simon Treadwell. Also dimensions kit right here. This is what it look like. Also a lot of stitches. For sure, for sure, for sure. And I got a decent way through with the Christmas in July right here. I think this one was barely started. The other one was not. The other 2 I don't think were at all. But this one I believe was started a little bit. Maybe. I could be totally wrong. It could have been me that started it. I don't remember. I will have to take a look at my spreadsheet because I do write down the days that I do new starts or if it was adopted or whatever. What's entirely possible is like the other 2 is that I got kits that had not been started yet and that had names on them of who they were going to go to. And so that's entirely possible. I know the one that I finished in 2025, the stocking did was mostly finished, but I know that these other 2 and probably this one as well, I believe I started these from the kit. Well, I know for sure on the other 2, I started them fresh. I believe I started this one fresh too, probably. But it works out. You can definitely tell that this is a vehicle and that there's a tree or some sort of greenery in here as well. It's super fun. There's a bunch of lighter stitches. There's like some snow, like periodically everywhere. which is kind of cool. And what I really like about these kits is that they do not only full crosses, but also half crosses to kind of show the snow like peeking through, or the white Ada background peeking through like the blues or whatever it is to show different shading and that it's snowy and all of that, which I think is super creative. I love that. But those are my whips. Just some trivia to note that in 2024, in the mid-year 2025 WIP Parade, so in June, I believe it was, or at least I filmed it in June and maybe put it out in July, but should be around June, I ended up having 47 whips. 2 of my 15 finishes, only 2 of them were on that list. And so that puts me at 45. And I believe in this entire WIP parade, if I am not mistaken, that I have added 2, maybe 3 new starts. So I'm back up to 47, possibly 48 whips right now. So that's where I am. This does not include any whips that I may start on January 1st. So, and I already have ideas for 2 for sure. Maybe 3. No, I have designs on another one. I have designs on a 3rd. And so 3, maybe 4. So that'll put us, at 3 would put us for sure at least at 50 whips. And so I could be at 50 or 51 whips or so. But you know what? This year, 2026, I'm going to do my best to whip down the ones that I can, put in a lot more stitches on my full coverage pieces, work on my 2026 full coverage focus piece, which we will find out on Monday which one it's going to be. And that is where I'm standing right now. So if you made it this far, please go ahead and put the little like sewing spool or the needle emoji in the comments below. Let me know you made it here. Please tell me which one was your favorite or which ones were your favorite. And if there's any information that you need on any of these, I can do my best to get that for you. Just leave a comment and I take a look at each and every one of them and I'll be able to answer for you. So thank you so much for being here. You all have been absolutely amazing. Remember, my cottage is always open and I will see you in the next floss tube. Bye-bye, everyone.